So, DaBaby. I'm gonna just ask y'all what side y'all on. Did y'all see the video?
What video?
So he pulled up on these kids and
selling the candy.
Yeah, selling candy.
Yeah,
okay, so he ended up giving them only. I guess he bought one piece of candy from each of them because he felt like they trying to finesse me. So because they trying to finesse me, I'm gonna just buy one piece of candy, take these $4, and he got back and posted the video for comedy or whatever. So, this is another topic where I'm kind of like, I understand both sides. Because, I mean, on one side, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get it. They tried to finesse you, whatever. But then at the same time, it's like, y'all niggas go to these clubs with strippers and shit and be throwing 10, 20 bands like it's nothing. Y'all don't mind flying these bras out for nothing, you know what I'm saying, for nothing but they presence sometimes. Like, y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all love, like, doing dumb shit. Y'all be throwing y'all money in trash cans and toilets and all kind of shit. So it's like, but then when it comes to these little kids asking for $200 and you already done pulled out hella stacks in their face, it's like, I don't know. It's like now you got some moral code.
I didn't like that part. You still fronting, and it was the matter of. I mean, it was like he doubled down and kind of like added insult to injury in some sense. From the other aspect of like, see, if y'all didn't try to finesse me, I would have blessed y'all regardless. Ended up not blessing.
Yeah, and you can easily say that after the fact.
I mean, you can.
Like, oh
but
yeah,
it's
like I was gonna do this, but you did it. You know what I'm saying? And like people can say that after the fact, but it's like
absolutely. But it's the pulling out the money wasn't cool for sure. I saw both sides of it as far as like, oh damn, he could have gave him something, but at the same time, he did teach him a critical lesson. Don't try to finesse on people. Don't try to be a scammer.
But that's the time to teach somebody a lesson with all the money you blow and all the bullshit you blow it on. That's when you want to put on the lesson.
But it also gave a lesson in integrity. I did feel that aspect of it because those kids talk about $200 for however many pieces of candy. Regardless, if it was $2 a piece, $1 a piece, it did not add up, and y'all probably should have aimed a little lower. Or should have presented it like, oh,
he had a whole bunch of money in his hand right in front of his kids.
Can you donate a little extra or something? But it's about... I get to an extent. In the era of ballers and scammers and drug dealers, they used to that fast shit. Integrity is lacking in a lot of different ways.
Right, but why are you picking and choosing when to, I guess, correct that integrity on somebody else's behalf? You gonna use some young black kids who's doing the same shit you said you was doing?
This is in strip clubs and stuff that they blowing their money. Not saying it's good or bad, but saying it's not on the street where they picking up females like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fly you out and hook you up and da.
They do that too.
I mean, but it's not as publicized. They do both. I mean, whether they do it or not, you might not. You might know.
IG models make a career out of that spit. I personally know some.
And you're personally one who knows. I'm not one who knows. Just like a lot of people aren't people who personally know. So I'm saying that from the outside looking in, I wouldn't know or even, not necessarily even consider, but my first thought wouldn't be, oh yeah, they doing this to just every cute or fine girl they see on the street. Personally,
but you don't see rappers in general doing all of those things I just named.
No, and I hear you. And I get where he could have, for sure. Like I said, I feel like he could have broke them off more than just paying for 1-2 pieces of candy. Absolutely. Minimum, he could have gave them like 50 each to go towards their cause. Personally, but I'm somebody who
I would have rather him just walked away and not gave them spit than to give them $2 each. Like that's so disrespectful.
He didn't have to do that.
He should have been like, oh, man, y'all trying to finesse
I'm cool. Yeah, exactly. Like he could at least just been, I'm cool. You gonna literally have a whole stack of money in your hand right in front of him and count out $2.
Like we saying. Ultimately, he shouldn't have had his stack out. That's what rappers and people, celebrities do in general. Be ready to flex. Like, oh, I got all this money. That was a fucked up
and you already recording for your good deeds. So you're trying to get your publicity off of it. That's why I was recording in the first place.
I want to, like, defend the children, though. Like, was they really trying to finesse him? Or because, like, I only saw the video once behind you, but when he said how much for the whole box, and he was like, 200. Like, it wasn't like it's worth 200. It's just like,
if you want to take the whole box, 200.
I'll give it to you for 200. Like, kind of like that. Cause it's
I mean, playing just throwing shit out there.
Yeah, just like 200. You take it for 200. Maybe, like, you feel me? I didn't think it was like, man, I'm about to.
And
get
that's
the
when
baby.
you get some more ground. Oh, what that say on the back? That ain't 200.
I feel like it was kind of like
200, bro. How much is your bills every month, bro?
Like,
you kidding me? You probably got like 3-4 zeros on that.
I didn't think they was trying to finesse DaBaby out of 200. I think they was just trying to, it was like, oh, you DaBaby, we think you got it like that. Feel like you trying to, do something cool. How much for the box?
Right.
200. All right, cool. Yeah, I got that. Boom. That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
That's how they thought it was. That's how it played out in their head.
That's how I thought like they was going about it.
I could see that.
I didn't think it was like automatically like
But I can play out like
it ain't like they said, nigga, we want the whole banner. We said like we want a rack or something like that. I would have been like, okay, yeah, y'all just being greedy.
Give us 2 rap.
He was trying to be light to see that whole stack and be like, oh yeah, 200.
Like, see, I'm torn. Being somebody who
but I don't know,
has a hard time asking for money in general, I couldn't be in a position in general selling candy. I can barely sell. I
sold candy,
I
so
can
I
barely
get
sell
it.
my paintings right now at 24 years old, so I can't speak on that. But ultimately, I am torn because I feel where they're coming from, and I feel where DaBaby was coming from as far as lessons and shit. In our community, it's not finessing and getting by fast is kind of part of the game half the time. Let's be real, it is.
It is.
And I feel like not like that off face value, it's not hard to see. It's about to sound real fucking bad, but it's not hard to see certain projections for certain kids. I can see those kids potentially. I don't know those kids. I don't know shit about those kids. But off face value, just like any other white person or any other motherfucker would see on the street, is a kid that could potentially turn to gangs later or could potentially sell drugs later, just like any black person or any person could.
So why humiliate them?
But listen, but with any person deserves that lesson of like, all right, well, you probably shouldn't try to finesse on people. Even if you weren't trying
but
to.
I'm not even saying DaBaby was wrong for the lesson he was trying to teach. I'm just saying,
but that's me.
Why are you choosing this time to teach that lesson with these young black kids?
He shouldn't have had to publicize it. He didn't have to make it go viral. He didn't have to embarrass them in such a way. Absolutely not. He could have broke them off more than $4.
You don't think he could have gave them the lesson and still gave them 200?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that he couldn't have.
Nobody do it.
But I can't exactly. I can't knock how DaBaby felt about it.
That's where I land all the way.
I can't knock where the kids felt about it. Ultimately, me. I know that personally, I'm a type of person where I'll downsell some shit on some knowing its worth and will downplay it. So as a kid, asking $200 for a box of candy, whether or not you know it's worth $200, myself, I would have probably said $50 because I'm trying to be humble and modest for myself personally. How my brain works. My brain works like I'll give you a painting that's probably worth $25 for like $10, just because like. Yeah, I know my worth is like $50 to $150 paintings, but ultimately I do this shit because I live and breathe this shit. So I don't mind giving it away for $10, $20. But that's a different perspective.
I'm gonna tell you something I seen based on what you just said of like, oh, we can't tell nobody what to do with their money or whatever. That's something I seen from a young woman I follow. She said it really but with that situation, it really seems like black people can't wait to get wealth just to spit on other black people.
That's fair.
And that really it is like the epitome of that because his goal wasn't to like, oh, I'm trying to teach them a critical lesson. If you look at the video, he got in that he was smiling and laughing and just like oh yeah, they tried to finesse me. Nigga, they're trying to finesse you for $200, bro.
Yeah, like,
really?
They sell their candy. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like when black people get money, most of the time, like 90% of our money goes to like trying to impress other black people that don't even probably have as much as you do. But that's like what the goal is, and that's what get tiring. And that's my thing. Like I said, these IG models that made a career out of finessing rappers and athletes. But when it comes to something like that, that's when it has to be strictly to this code or I got principles on how you supposed to do this or that. But you blow money like there's no tomorrow. And we shouldn't be telling people how to deal with their money. But it's just like, these are the same, I guess, I don't know, social media figures or rappers or whatever. These are the same people we look at and we supposed to like look at them as like they supposed to be like our heroes for the community because they done said 1 or 2 songs or something.
I mean, that's part of the problem in itself.
Like, I feel like moments like that is when you really see how they feel about our people. When you dealing with just your everyday black person, not the ones that's in the same room, in the same circle as you. Right. That's when you find out what they really about. That's what I go about. And I'm somebody who didn't work with hundreds and hundreds of A-list celebrities. Not to flex or nothing, but I've worked with damn near all of them. And I could tell the difference of the people who really stand on what they stand on and feel how they feel, and the ones that, you know, they do that in the public eye, but behind closed doors, they'll do spit like what DaBaby did. But he probably really thought like some people are on his side. But he probably really thought like there was no angle that somebody was going to see something wrong with what he did after spitting on them kids like that.
I have, like I said before, I can see a few different sides and get the perspective in a few different ways. Ultimately, I can see where he could feel like, play the devil's advocate, like, oh, you know, maybe he was just trying to teach a lesson other than being malicious. But was his tone and attitude like that? No. It wasn't a teasing of attitudes, for sure. It had more of a malicious intent behind it, personally, from watching it more than once. But ultimately, I can see the divide. I can see where both people lie. I can agree in different aspects with both sides. But ultimately, luckily, I don't have to give a fuck. Nor do I have to have it, you know, plague my mental, because that's his business. And that's pretty much like
I'm just answering to it because we, you know,
we
having a topic about it. I'm not saying I'm losing sleep over it, but
I know that. But I'm just saying personally, like, you know, I haven't put too much weight other than like, yeah, that is a very controversial thought that can have both sides be played in different aspects, which is hard. It's hard to pick a side for something like that, personally, especially because stuff does start with foundation. Stuff does start with kids. So I can see certain things. Was that the time? No, probably not. Was that the way? Probably not. There's better ways, absolutely. But that is what exactly happened, and you gotta take it for what it is. Can't do shit about it now. And that's my apathetic way of, you know, kind of having that roll off my back. It's not great, but it's me.
Any last thoughts on that?
And just have more mercy on the children, man.
Right.
With the kids.
Right. Nah, he said F them kids.
Right, he said F them kids.